Yes! 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 Oh, orgasm! 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 Oh, this video. Yes! Yes! The amount of times I'm on healer and somebody stands in something. Okay, what's going on, guys? It is me, Ziro, and today I'm going to be doing something that everybody's doing. So, yes, I'm jumping on that bandwagon type thing. But I'm going to be watching the crap guide to Final Fantasy DPS. Now, I have seen the other two of these, so I promise. So I won't be doing. I might do a reaction for those, but I'm not really going to do a reaction for those because I've already seen them and I've already done my reaction to them. But I have not seen this one, so this will be a completely authentic reaction to, well, this. Now, I generally love this guy. I've watched a lot of his. I've watched so many of his videos, and I think he's hilarious. So yeah, let's hope this is just as funny as the others. The tank one is probably my favorite. So if you haven't seen any of the other two of these, it's like Crap Guide to Tanks and Crap Guide to Healing, go watch those because those are funny as anything. So this is meant to be a joke at all. It's super serious, in-depth guide to 14. Any jabs that is thrown at anyone anyway, blah 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 blah. Essentially, this is just a disclaimer that this is a joke. And honestly, from what I've seen, at least from the healing and the tank ones, he's not completely wrong on the grand scheme of things. He's mostly right. But yeah, my hair is being really annoying. But yeah, so let's get this let's get watching. Let me just up this just so you guys can hear it, and yeah, let's do this.
Everybody likes to do damage, and don't pretend like you don't, because I know you're lying. Otherwise, why would you be playing an RPG with core mechanics such as leveling up, getting stronger, and looking fashionable as fuck? It's...
What are you talking about? I like to stand there and go do. I like to stand there and do absolutely nothing. What are you talking about?
To do massive numbers on the other guys until their numbers are so small they match the PP size of anybody who doesn't commend at the end of a duty. The other members...
Wait, let me read that.
The other guys until their numbers are so small they match the PP...
People who commend the healer. People who commend the DPS. People who commend anyone. I'm the far right. Hi, yes. Okay, so quick disclaimer. This is future Ziro talking. Quick disclaimer. I didn't read it properly. I didn't read the far right thing properly. So I read it as commend anybody. I meant to say I don't commend anybody because nobody deserves my commends. Never. No, seriously, I just read it wrong. But yeah, I'm still the far right one most of the time. So yeah, anyway, back to normal dumbass me from the past. So yeah, see you guys later. Put in the comments which one of these three you are. Just because, well, yeah, like I'm the far right. I just commend anybody. I mostly actually commend, because I mostly play tank, I mostly commend my fellow tank if they've been decent. So like if they haven't died, if I've died and they've provoked off me immediately, or if they put their cooldowns on me, like the like, since let's say we have a Dark Knight, if they put TBN on me, or if let's just say we have a Paladin, they put intervention on me, if they know what intervention does, like I will commend them for that. I rarely ever commend the healers unless I'm on healer, and yeah, and if I'm on DPS, I'm usually the guy that, unless I want loot, I'm usually in, out. Like, I don't bother because I'm not going to get any commends, so why would I commend anybody else? Anyway.
Size of anybody who doesn't commend at the end of a duty. The other members leaving too quickly is no excuse. How do you expect to move quick enough to avoid AoEs if you can't even move quick enough to tell your allies they're doing a great job and that their glamour is sexy? Is that uncharacteristically not... Exactly.
My glamour is hot. So why can't I have people stand in AoEs and tell me that? Like, am I so wrong to feel that way? Like, what?
Nice of me, maybe, but it means I get to steal the LB3 from the only melee in the group. Welcome to a Guide to Final Fantasy. Today I'm going to be talking about every job. That's right. What, you thought only the DPS have to DPS? Boy, I could slap you with my overflowing glamour dresser. Damage is the name of the game in Final Fantasy.
I know that. I honestly, if I hit anybody with my glamour dresser and my retainers, I'd probably kill you in one hit because the amount of fucking glamour I have. I know that feeling all too well. And yes, every single class should DPS. He's completely right. Literally, healers, tanks, DPS. All of them need to DPS. Like, it's literally the whole point of the game. Like, why would you not have? If let's just say you're a healer, like he's got white mage right there, you're gonna hit that damage button. You're gonna actually no, is that white mage? No, that's red mage. I'm such an idiot. That's red mage. He's got a white mage in the group. So like for instance, you got the white mage there. They have a damage button called glare, or if you're below 80, it's below 70, it's stone 1, 2, 3. I don't know if there's a stone 4. Somebody correct me if there's a stone 4, but I'm not sure if there's. I don't think there's a stone 4. But yeah, 1, 2, and 3. Like, and then you have arrow, and then dire when you're above 80, when you're above 70. You press them. You press them. See, look, this little thing right here on the screen. Can you see my mouse cursor? Yes, you can. This right here, this is the white mage's dot. The white mage over here. So the white mage is doing shit. So you guys do shit. Anyway.
And the entirety of the game is designed around everybody dealing it, including the tanks and the healers. If
yes.
the DPS roles are contributing 60% of the damage, tanks and healers are the ones who fill in the other 40. So if you don't contribute, you belong in the garbage chute. So don't get so hung up on the role names. Everybody is a DPS. What I mean
like
specifically is that one, not only is FF14 a cooperative game, which means anytime you waste is not only yours, but also anybody else in your party as well. And two,
okay, I'm pausing it again, and I'm going to be pausing it a lot, but I'm saying shit because what he's saying is right, and I wanted to say it for such a long time. Literally, I hate it when tanks don't big pull. If I'm on healer and the tank isn't big pulling, fine. If you're new and you literally turn around and say, "Oh no, I'm new. I'm not really comfortable with the dungeon. Not really comfortable with my things, with my buttons and things like this. Can I just get a bit more used to it?" Fine, whatever. Do what you want. But if they don't respond to me and they just don't like anything like this, I get really annoyed because it's like, I have you. I'm on healer. I know what I'm doing. I know it doesn't look like it, but I know what I'm doing. So please go get all of the ads because you're wasting our time. Or if the DPS just aren't doing anything, or the healer isn't doing anything, you're not wasting your own time. Like, I don't give a fuck if I don't pay your sub. Like, you are wasting my time. I want to be out of here. Like, if I could, honestly, if I could not be with you right now, I would give anything. I would give anything. But honestly, you're in this duty with me. I'm going to be a sport about it. I'm going to do my job. If you could do yours, I would be much, much appreciated. So please, just do your damn job and damage. Which is hopefully what this gets people to do. Like, honestly, if you don't watch this, watch it. Like, seriously, just go ahead and watch it because it will give you a good insight of what you're supposed to do. Anyway, so yeah, skills relative.
Every combat feature in FF14 is designed with dealing damage in mind. Healers and tanks get skills that actively promote doing more DPS. Hell,
yes.
Sage is a healer whose skills actively benefit from doing DPS. And most importantly of all, Enrage. Enrage is what happens when you overstay your welcome in a dungeon or boss arena and the residents have run out of things to talk about and are just really ready for you to leave so they can finally go poop without being worried that you're going to steal all their old DreamWorks DVDs. That is to say, you're either...
okay, no, okay. I know that feeling with the DreamWorks DVDs and the shit thing. Anyway, I will say Enrage only happens in very, very rare dungeon fights, very, very rarely in alliance raids and normal modes. I think it is in a few normal modes, but it mostly happens in extreme, savage, and ultimate. So they're really the only ones you need to worry about in rage. You're still going to waste my time if you're doing no damage. Like, seriously, I'm still going to get upset with you, but like, yeah, they're the only ones that really have enrages. So like, if I'm in the right mood, I could sit in a dungeon for 2 hours. I don't really care.
Forcefully kicked out, or alternatively, they instantly murder you. How do you prevent this from happening? You murder them first, of course,
yes.
And then you pop in a copy of Shrek 2 so you can watch the castle siege again. And guess what?
Yes.
The later and later in the game you get, the more and more frequent enrages start to appear.
What the fuck is that? I love this guy's art style. Why the fuck is Omega a bug? Why the fuck is Omega a bug? What the fuck's going on with Brute Justice? gets upset if you go too slow. Why is he a trash can?
They'll have more and more health too, so if somebody decides they just don't feel like they want to cooperate in this team game they decided to play, and now the boss has an eighth of its health left and is about to destroy the entire universe, Princess Fiona isn't going to be the only one who will need a hero. Hopefully it's been drilled in your head now that DPSing is essential, not just for the jobs with the title sticker, but also anyone in a fancy robe or edgy trench coat as well. Now that you know that, how
Hey, I don't wear a trench coat, thank you very much. I wear delectable armor. But I do wear a robe, because every single healer glamour under the sun is a fucking robe.
About dealing max deeps. The first most basic thing is to do your combos. Press a button. See another button light up? Press that one. Congratulations, you have successfully completed a combo. And doing so will reap a myriad of benefits, from putting damage over time on your target, gaining mana, doing your taxes, or any variety of other additional
Wait, doing your taxes? If I could do that, if I could get the game to do my taxes for me, I would so do it, because I cannot. I just can't with taxes. I've tried. I just can't. I do like how you're this little piece of poop on the left, and then you become this if you do a combo. I like that.
But mostly, it all achieves the same goal of dealing more damage. Secondly, you want to press these skills that the game labels as abilities and the community calls off-global cooldowns, or OGCDs for short. More like OGCDs nuts! I personally call them free damage buttons. They cost you nothing, and there's literally no reason
free
not
damage
to press them
buttons
while your
isn't
normal
actually
cooldown
bad.
is rolling. But this one has a long cooldown. What if I need it later? No, it doesn't. Shut up. The cooldowns in this game are so short you might as well press them, because by the time you need them again, whoop, they're back up. Not to mention, many jobs require you to press those free damage buttons to unlock even spankier damage buttons. So use your goddamn free damage buttons. It's free damage! The next rule of DPSing is knowing your ABCs.
Seriously, press them, especially on tanks, and more specifically on Paladin, because Paladin, literally its rotation has you pressing its little buttons on very, very specific timing windows, because if you don't do that, then you're not going to have them back when you need them, because you're an idiot and didn't press them at the right time. And that's actually the same with most jobs, now I think about it. I think Samurai is the only one that's really fluid when it comes to these buttons. Yeah, I don't know how Dragoon works like he's got here. Like, I know the basic combos and things like this. I know the basic rotation for Dragoon, but I don't know anything extensive for Dragoon. Like, not even a little bit, because I really don't care. But like for Samurai, I believe that's the most fluid. Monk's another one, which is like, you press your buttons at this timing or you're not going to have them later on. And you're going to need them later on. I'm surprised you didn't put like a tank cooldown on there, because that one's actually more specific towards the I need that button at a certain time. But anyway.
Always be casting! This means mashing away at your keyboard like a tickle monster working double time. More specifically, it means that the best way to make sure you are doing the most damage that you can is to always have your global cooldown going, even if it means accidentally pressing the wrong skill like the single brain cell that you are. Because if you're always pressing buttons, even the suboptimal one, you are doing more damage than if you weren't, and doing damage is always better than not doing damage. Yes, even Skaith. Here's a live example with my two subjects, Jan and Chloe. They both deal 1 million damage, and suddenly the boss flies out of melee range. Jan sits there waiting patiently for the boss to return before she can start doing 1 million damage again. Meanwhile, Chloe's pressing the deal 1 damage at a range button the entire time they're waiting. I ask you, puny viewer, which person is dealing more damage right now? Yeah, but it's only 1 damage. Who's dealing more damage? As if any fight is going to get so close that dealing... Who is dealing more damage? Sure, it might not look like much, but it's going to matter when they fight the boss that has 3 million and 2 health and they wipe...
Like, the only reason why I don't do that on Paladin, like, the reason why at the moment, I mean, like, in Endwalker that'll change, but like, at the moment, the reason why I don't do that on Paladin is because if I'm like a midway through my combo and I have Fight or Flight running, I need that combo to finish at a set point. Like, I've planned that combo to finish when I get back to the boss, which is the reason why I personally stop at the moment. And because if I do Shield Lob, I'm going to break that combo and not be able to get that dot in Fight or Flight. So that's the reason why, because the dot is slightly more important. But as soon as Endwalker comes out and it doesn't break my combo anymore, yeah, you better bet your bitch's ass I'm going to be going with Shield Lob. Like, that's the only reason why I don't do it on Paladin now, and it's because it breaks my combo. Otherwise, I'd be doing it.
All because the other DPS decided they don't want to press buttons. It's such little DPS, it won't make a difference? Sure, Jan. Now, one of the best things you should do to improve your damage in Final Fantasy XIV is this. It's really simple. I want you to lean in. It's a super simple thing. Here, come close. I'm gonna say the thing. Are you ready? Okay. Read your tooltips! The little block of text literally tells you what...
I don't want to read! But it's reading, it hurts my head. He's not wrong.
skills do. Honestly, you would be surprised how many people queue into an expert dungeon and never realize they have a skill that can attack multiple targets. Even all the things I tell you in this video, the combos, the range attacks, the AoE damage skills, the free damage buttons. The best way to know what your job is capable of is by reading your job skill tooltips yourself. So you better read your goddamn tooltips, because if I see another player not knowing about their AoE combo in a mob pool at level 80, I'm gonna grab the nearest etherite and bash you so hard you're gonna be teleported to the final resting place of every ERPer's used undergarments. With all that out of the way, you'd think I'd covered everything you need to do to be an ultimate clearing badass, right? Unfortunately, not Waffle Face, because the final responsibility every single role in Final Fantasy XIV shares is not dying. Oh sure, the healers help, but most of the time your own survival is on you and only you. And that means making sure you do the fight mechanics and don't take avoidable damage like it's got the cheese touch. Oh, I'm sorry, are you in the middle of your cast? You want to try and hit that purple parse like the big man you are? That's too damn bad! Each time you take damage that is avoidable means the healer has to heal you and they're dealing less damage. And on top—
Boom! Yes! 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 Oh, orgasm! 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 Oh, this video. Yes! Yes! The amount of times I'm on healer and somebody stands in something. I don't care if it's normal mode. Move! I don't care if you're not gonna die from it. Move! If you get hit by something, I'm not fucking healing you. Okay, no. Okay, no, if you're new to the fight, fine. You can get hit by one thing. You can get hit by the mechanic the first time you see it, because even I get hit by the first time I see something. So yeah, go ahead, go get hit by stuff. If you're the first, if it's the first time you're being in there and you kind of getting used to the mechanic, don't give a fuck if you're the new. If you're not new though, and you have a fucking ultimate weapon, move. If you have an ultimate weapon, if you're not new and you have the damn relic, move your ass. Because I am not raising you. You should know better. Especially if you're a tank. PTSD.
that, you get this cheese puff called a vulnerability stack. For each stack you have, you take more and more damage until you get one shot when the enemy farts in your general direction. All this to say, if you don't avoid enemy damage, you will not only make the healer do less DPS, but you're also likely going to die, which means 0 DPS. And if you still think that's not a big deal and the healers can just res you, each time you die you get a dunce cap of shame that reduces your DPS even more for about as long as a red light in Philadelphia. So you better stay alive or else I'm gonna raise you so I can rescue you into an AoE and kill you myself. To recap, everybody's DPS matters. Press your free damage buttons. Always be casting. Read your tooltips. Stay alive. But even if you keep all those things in mind, the #1 rule to improve your DPS performance is to practice. Striking dummies are all over the goddamn place, out in the overworld, and even in the yards of some random people's houses in the residential district. So
yeah, seriously. Mine has one. My house has one. There's literally something called Heaven on High. What's it called? Stone Sky Sea. Stone Sky Sea. This the Stone Sky Sea. Go hit them. Doesn't matter if it's somebody's house. Go hit them. Do random shit. Maybe they can help you if they come outside. Go hit them.
There's no shame in whacking it a few times like you're auditioning to be a dominatrix. I'm sure the neighbors won't mind. Practice makes perfect, and even all the foresight in the world will not fully translate into the doing. So go and do that doing so that one day you too can do the do and make everybody else look like doo-doo because of how good your doing skills are. And with how much doing you'll be doing, maybe someday you too can clear an ultimate and get a shiny-ass weapon of your own to show off to people AFKing at the Limsa Aetherite Plaza. Just know the difference between an amateur and a master is that a master has failed way more times. By the way, get ready for a party wipe. Wait, what? Congratulations, you're now better.
Yeah, honestly, the amount of times, literally, if I queue in for normal raid roulette nowadays, I'm either on tank or I'm on healer, mainly because I can't play DPS. Because every time I play DPS, I get this and we wipe. And every time I get this on healer, we still wipe, but at least it's not. At least I have I can shout at people because I'm a healer. Healers. But I mostly go on tank because there's a mechanic in this which, if you do not do the off-tanking job, you're going to wipe. Simples.
At the game than you were 5 seconds ago. Oh. And now you know how to DPS. You're welcome. Oh, finally, my Q just popped. No, one of the other party members withdrew. Ah, fuck.
I know that feeling all too well. I know that feeling all too well as what's it called? As a DPS main throughout the main story, like the main story of Shadowbringers. I know that all all too well. So yeah, yeah. Let's just put it on like I don't know. Let's see.
Goddamn free damage buttons.
Full
It's free
damage
damage.
buttons.
The next rule of DPSing is knowing your ABCs. Oh, going to get so close that dealing with who is dealing.
There we go. I'm just gonna leave it on this. I'm gonna leave it on this while I do the outro, just because this is a funny picture. So yeah, love this guy. Honestly, this guy is a god. This guy is a god. I would kiss him if I could. Although he looked kind of ugly right now, but he's not wrong. And honestly, all the stuff that I've said is not wrong. I just got a little bit more angry than he did. Actually, no, I don't know. Yeah. But yeah, I love this video. It made me laugh like the other two. If you haven't seen the other two, go and watch the other two. They're funny as anything. But yeah, so this has been a crap guide to Final Fantasy 14 DPS, and I'm really glad that he did include tanks and healers as well as DPS. Like it wasn't just DPS, like the DPS jobs, the specific ones that have the little red icon above their name, next to their name. But it did include the ones that should be doing damage as well. So like tanks, I understand they do damage. Like I've never run into a tank that doesn't do damage. I think tanks understand that they do need to do damage most of the time. I may have run into a few that don't, but I haven't noticed. Which I'm going to keep my eye out for because I didn't know that was an issue. But healers, oh my god, I run into so many healers that just do not do damage. And especially since just WoW Surge, I've seen so many that just don't do damage. And it is a game where you do damage! There's no reason you shouldn't be! Because the more damage you do, the more damage happens. Like, the quicker it dies, the less healing you need to do. Boom! Big brain idea! But yeah, so yeah, I hope you enjoyed watching me react to this. I hurt my voice reacting to this. And if you haven't seen it, go watch it. If you haven't seen the other two, go and watch the other two. My next video on my channel, the next video I should be posting is either going to, if I remember, going to be one of my New Game Plus VODs of Shadowringers that I will be moving over from Twitch over to YouTube as a video. So feel free, so look forward to that. Or it's going to be a special video that I'm recording at the moment. It's taking a little bit longer because of my dumbass. I'll be recording a small video on the ARR relics, and I'm going to try and turn it into a series. I'm starting out with Excalibur and Cortana. I'm doing basically what I'm doing is I'm not going through the quest line because that's everybody's done that. What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be going through the real world applications of these weapons, as in the Cortana and the Excalibur, their real world counterparts and the legends behind them and things like this, and blah 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 blah. I'm going to do that for every single weapon that has it. So yes, apologies. There most likely won't be any for the Shadowbringers relics, but rest in peace, cool names. Anyway, but yeah. So yeah, this is me signing off, and I shall hopefully see you guys in the next video. If you like this video, please hit that subscribe button and hit that like button if you like the video. If you did not like this video, hit the dislike button. Doesn't matter to me. Although if you did hit this dislike button, please say why. If you made it to the end of the video, that is. If you didn't make it to the end of the video, then of course you're just gonna hit the dislike button and leave. But if you did make it to the end of the video, please just like put a comment the reason why you didn't like the video. And if you want to hit that bell button, because if you want to see that, if you want to see this face every time that like I post something, feel free. I'm not gonna subject you to that because, ew, like that's scary. Because who would want to see this every time I post a video? Like, come on. But yeah, so yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I shall see you guys in the next video. He's looking at me now. That's kind of scary. He kind of looks like he's looking at me. It's like, please don't, please, master. I don't do DPS. Please, no. See you guys later.